Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, y'all, my hair look crazy today, but this is what you get.
Listen, take it or leave it. I'm sure they're gonna take it. Okay.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful day. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom, friends.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yes, welcome back to Just the Three of Us.
No.
What? Who's ringing? Is that me? Oh, sorry.
Story time. Story time. Story time.
What
It be
is
like
up?
that sometimes.
I know. Let me go ahead and turn. That was my phone, actually. Bam. Don't text, don't call. Good to see you guys. So listen, if you don't know who I am Bonnie G. Good to be here another day. Shabbat Shalom. Yes, ma'am.
Shabbat Shalom. I am Nashawn Holmes, also known as
Auntie Shawnee. Go ahead and season that.
Okay.
And this one over here, this is none other than
Auntie Shelly on the beat.
Bump.
Oh, listen. When I tell you we used to do it for ourselves, but now we do it for the community. Community minded.
Yes.
Hello, somebody.
So lovely.
I don't know if you felt that, but I hecka felt that. Okay.
You know what? You know why we feel that? Because I promise you, if I was doing it before I got into the atmosphere of being like right here to do it,
Right.
Every time y'all did it, I was doing it at home at the same time. So I promise you, everybody that's watching is doing it right with
that
because it is the bump for us.
is.
You feel me?
I'm telling
Good to see you, Yada.
it's
Good
a
to
thing.
see you.
It's oily. It's
Yes.
anointed.
Praise him. Praise him. As we do all the time, we're going to hit you with Jubilees 2 and 1 through 8. No, Jubilees 2 and 18, all the way down to the 22nd verse, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true.
All the way. So listen to the scripture because you got to be in the room because he's talking to you, descendants.
Awesome. Jubilees 2, chapter 2, verses 18 through 22. And he gave us a great sign, the Sabbath, that we should work 6 days, but guard the Sabbath on the seventh day from all work. And all the angels of the presence and all the angels of sanctification, these two great classes he has bidden us to guard the Sabbath with him in heaven and on earth. And he said unto us, behold, I will separate unto myself a people from among all the peoples, and these shall guard the Sabbath, and I will sanctify them unto myself as my people, and will bless them as I have sanctified the Sabbath, and do sanctify it unto myself, even so will I bless them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim. I have chosen the seed of Jacob from amongst all that I have seen, and have written him down as my firstborn son, and have sanctified him unto myself forever and ever. And I will teach them the Sabbath, that they may guard the Sabbath thereon from all work. And thus he created therein a sign, in accordance with which they should guard the Sabbath with us on the seventh day, to eat and to drink, and to bless him who has created all things, as he has blessed and sanctified unto himself a peculiar people above all peoples, and that they should guard the Sabbath together with us.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Do you know what it means to be a peculiar people? You're different.
That's it.
Somebody picks you out from a crowd.
Facts.
They just look in and go, they look a little different. Who that be?
Yes, seriously. You're not made to look like everybody else.
We don't blend in.
You stand out.
You stand out on purpose. With a purpose. Do I do view here?
Yeah. Full screen. Yeah.
There you go. That was bothering me. All right, y'all. So listen, may y'all add a blessing to the hearers and reader of his word. We are super excited to get back into the book of Maccabees. We are in the third book. So that means we got another book after this. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you want to know how, where'd you get the book? So we purchased this book on Sefer.net, not .com. It was kind of no, it wasn't backwards. It was right way.
Right.
So Sefer.net is where we got this book.
Yep.
Listen, what we didn't do is pay full price for
Absolutely
it. Okay,
not.
it's not against Torah, but it's just against our common sense. Don't be paying full. Don't. Not me raise my hand at you. But don't do that, okay? Use your story time discount. Remember that the O in the word story is actually a 0, and the E in the word time is actually a 3, as a reminder to go back towards the covenant. Shout out to myself who got this awesome shirt that says, "Oh, the places the Israelites will go." With a nice little scripture of Deuteronomy. What is it? Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Girl, that's fly. All right. No, it's not for sale, but I just thought I should. In case you're wondering, what does her shirt say? That's what it says. Oh, the places that the Israelites will go. So we are gonna get back into where can we leave you guys off? Because it was a lot that happened.
Yesterday was the guy trying to get into the temple.
Oh, the king.
Oh, well, day before yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
The
Yeah.
king.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
He was. What did he do?
He was high. Well, he thought higher than himself.
Yeah,
he was a king.
Yeah. He
So
was a king, so
he saw
thought
the gold
on the
outer court. So he figured, "Ooh, what's in there? What's on the inside?"
Remember, he was touring everybody else, and he didn't have no stops and complaints. Remember, he
he looked at all them other everybody else temple. When he got to Yahuwah, the temple of Yahuwah,
he was looking at the heathens temple, and they didn't have a problem with him going in. He wanted to go.
But in Yah's temple, you can only go to the outer court unless you are a priest. But he saw that outer court with all this gold. He was like, I wonder what this is.
He had the whole Puss in Boots eyes. If y'all don't know the Puss in Boots eyes, it's like.
Yeah. And they were begging him, don't do it. Don't do it. The women was leaving their babies at home, saying, don't.
The ground was shaking. The wall was shaking.
Saying, don't do it.
And that brother got flipped. I started laughing.
Simone put himself in the middle.
That
brother was like, no, I'm going in. He was like, I'm going in. That's for y'all. That's y'all rules. I run this. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I run this. Now you can't run no more, okay?
Jimmy literally laid in the gap.
Yes, he did.
For the temple. He was like, please don't let this man defile.
We just cleaned this thing up, man.
Please don't let him defile. And right after he finished praying,
called on El Shaddai.
Wham! Wham!
Yahuwah went.
Brother man didn't even know what happened.
He got paralyzed.
Couldn't talk.
It was something else.
No, it was paralyzed.
Something wrong with his head.
Don't get me to lie. I know he was paralyzed though, and brother man couldn't talk. And then had the nerve to get up angry.
Yes.
He was big man.
I started lying.
Wait, but he didn't get up. His friends had to come
get him.
Had to kill him.
And then after he recovered, he got mad.
Yes. Oh man.
And then start plotting against us.
That's when we learned about the Ivy League.
Yep. That Ivy League. Y'all go to Harvard if you want to, and Princeton and all them. All that demonic
being
stuff.
Branded, being marked. Okay, because that was the god of
Dionysus.
That? Yeah, Dionysus. And we learned that was the god of LGBTQRS ABCDEFG.
Satan.
Yes, because that Dionysus was what was he was shown as a girl.
They dressed him as a girl.
Yeah, dressed him as a girl.
He was growing up to hide him from Zeus's wife from killing him.
Yeah, because that whole god was the god of the LGBT.
Yeah. Now let me tell you something. You got to be really sick. You want a girl so bad that you sit up and lie and say, Hera's gonna kill him if I don't dress him like a girl. Because you wanted a girl so bad.
Brother man, grow up, all kinds of confused. Shalom, family. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. See my auntie cousin.
Oh yeah, so he's upon powerless with limbs paralyzed, and he couldn't talk. Yeah,
couldn't talk. Oh, but did he have big words? Okay,
I'm sorry. I was just swift retribution.
It was quick. Okay, I don't even think he got off his knees good. I think the dirt was still there on his knees. Okay,
22, he's shaking him.
Hey, have y'all ever gotten snatched by your mom or a relative
Oh,
that
yeah.
you didn't even know it was coming.
Yeah, I've been slapped in the mouth before. I know you believe it.
You didn't even get a chance to blink. Like, where that come from?
Right. My mom she's like, pow, pow, and you'd be like, wait, is this bleeding?
Is this
Wait a minute, this is blood I take.
Wait.
Okay.
What just happened?
What just happened?
Yeah, I bit my lip too, all in the same. Pow, you're swift, okay?
Swift.
And she wasn't even a believer. Okay.
Yeah.
Who was in her hands? I don't know who was in the knuckles, but I felt every bit of it, okay? Taste what? It's gonna take me a few days.
Oh.
So we're on chapter 3.
Mm-hmm.
So going in.
All right.
Let's see. On discovering this, so incensed was the wicked king that he no longer.
Excuse me, Auntie. I'm sorry. Can we go up a little bit so we can go to where we get to and not satisfied with the count of impiety? So kind of bring them into them having to make a choice.
We don't. Oh, okay, you want to start from there?
So let's start at 25.
Yeah.
So.
And this is the king that got body slammed, okay, by the Holy Spirit, by the Ruach.
All right. He proceeded to Mitzrayim, grew worse in wickedness through his before mentioned companions in wine, who were lost to all goodness, and not satisfied with countless acts of impiety. His audacity so increased that he raised evil reports there, and many of his friends, watching his purpose attentively, joined in furthering his will. His purpose was to indict a public stigma upon our race. Wherefore he erected a pillar at the tower porch and caused the following inscription to be engraved upon it. So he went to the temple and one of the.
I want to point out a public
and he was a public to our race.
That's it.
Like,
girl, you people, right there.
Yep, that's what they do to us now.
That's exactly. That's what I was going.
One person that did something.
Yep, that's what exactly I was
going. And they just lump us all together.
And stigma is a mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, guilty or person. And so, just if a public stigma, if y'all don't realize that that's what they're doing with your television, your favorite actors, how he's always the drug dealer, he's always the abuser or the cheating, he's always that public stigma, and how we see each other, we'll help a Caucasian before we help our own, because we don't know that stigma has been.
Or we'll be more scared of our own people.
Yes, absolutely.
Like we really ain't got no reason to be scared going through the project.
Absolutely.
Most of the people in there is cool.
Absolutely. Or if I see someone, hey girl, hey, and she,
yeah.
But Jen come and say, hi, how are you? Yeah. I'm good. How are you? How was your weekend? What you going? Like, wait a minute. Where's all that breath for me?
Yeah.
Stigma.
It's true. Verse 28. That entrance to our own temple was to be refused to all those who would not sacrifice. That all the Yahudim were to be registered among the common people. That those who resisted were to be forcibly seized and put to death. That those who were thus registered were to be marked on their persons by the ivy leaf, symbol of Dionysus, and to be set apart with these limited rights.
That's that guy we was telling you about. Bacchus, God of wine.
And that's why there's so many Ivy League schools.
Yeah. Verse 30. To do away with the appearance of hating them all, he had it written underneath that if any of them should elect to enter the community of those initiated in the rites, these should have equal rights with the Alexandrians.
Initiated rights,
like the sororities and
fraternities.
And to do away with the appearance of hating them.
That's right.
We don't want to look like we hate them.
We hate them, though.
But we're going to do away with the appearance of hating them and make it seem like it was their choice.
Absolutely. And that they're on the same level as us. Y'all.
But we ain't going to let them know that.
So when this man said his audacity increased in wickedness, the audacity, because this temple isn't yours.
It's not yours.
at all. Don't belong to you. No way, no how.
No way, no.
And here you are setting up shop and restrictions.
Because he's trying to make sure if I can't go in, you can't go in. But bro, the people didn't try to go in. They knew they
don't want to go in because they understand Torah.
Yeah. The priests probably don't even want to go in. They probably real careful. Like,
we good.
It's over.
Right. Brother man can't sleep at night when he knows his one time to go in.
Especially that high priest, he be like, "Oh, I'm glad when this."
And then when can you imagine when they tying a rope to you and you like, oh,
it's gotten real now.
I'm a shit with help me, Ruah.
Please don't let me blot out all my transgressions.
Please. 31. Some of those who were over the city, therefore abhorring any approach to the city of piety, unhesitatingly gave in to the king and expected to derive some great honor from a future connection with him.
Come on, Ivy Leagues. And that's Greeks, why you do it. That's why they wear their pins.
And fraternities, yep.
Going into interviews, if you got that pin, you in.
Yep. They said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get something out of it. At least I expect to.
Yeah. I know somebody that pledged and still ain't got no job.
Because it's false, you know. Remember when Azazel told Kut, you thought I was going to come through on my promise?
Right. I wasn't planning to do none of
that. Girl, please.
Like,
you believe me?
Right. And that was the whole reason why she pledged. So she can get a job, a higher paying job. Girl, wow. Still where you are.
32. A nobler ruach, however, prompted the majority to cling to their religious observances, and by paying money that they might live unmolested, these sought to escape the registration.
Well, and just don't think about unmolested like just physical, but spiritually too. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So they wouldn't be bothered. So they would, they can be cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
33. Cheerfully looking forward to future aid, they abhorred their own apostates, considering them to be national foes and debarring them from the common usages of social intercourse.
Didn't want nothing to do with their own people.
Yeah. Pinkies up.
Mm-hmm.
Boule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You ain't getting in here. Yep. You ain't getting in here, and you ain't getting in my house either. No, stop. Why do you think I want to go? I do not want to sit at your table. I don't want to go to your country club.
No.
I don't want to go to nowhere.
I don't want to play your golf.
Yeah. I don't want to play on your golf course. That we probably designed anyway.
Facts.
That our people are caddies on.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Don't want to go to your little restaurants. Don't want to go.
Where your recipes derived from slaves.
And you can't even do that right.
We don't want
the flavor is missing, is what she's saying.
Oh, but check this out. I was looking at, y'all seen Iron Chef before, right?
Yes.
They do what? It's like it's a little updated. It's like newer, but that guy is still on it.
Okay.
But they have this Asian lady on there.
Mm-hmm.
She used to be on Top Chef. I think she won one of the years, but she was on there, and one of the chefs were making Korean fried chicken. And so they were making it, and she was like, oh, there's nothing as good as Korean fried chicken. Do you know what James' son said? I almost fell down.
What he said?
He said, you know why? Because the guy that in Vietnam, an African-American guy, when he was in the Vietnam War or something, taught you guys how to...
GIs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Taught you guys how to make it.
African-American GIs cooked and taught.
You saw that? Yeah.
Yes, I saw it.
He said, taught you guys how to make it.
No lies detected.
I was like,
that's
what
why.
You say?
That's facts that he said.
He did too. He was like, he felt that thing too.
He did.
He was like, I'm glad I got a chance to
say it. Like, seriously, he was, it wasn't just no casual like statement. He was like, we finna set some records straight up in here.
We do have some folks that are for us.
They know.
They know.
And they tired of it too. They like, look, we've been doing these people wrong.
Facts.
Stealing stuff.
33. No, wait.
Nope.
On discovering this, chapter 3. On discovering this, so incensed was the wicked thing that he know.
Wicked king.
You called him a thing, but he a
But
thing.
I'm
you
sorry,
right.
he's a thing.
You right.
Sorry.
You right. Still a now.
So incensed was the wicked king that he no longer confined his rage to the Yahudim in Alexandria, laying his hand more heavily upon those who lived in the country. He gave orders that they should be quickly collected into one place and most coolly depressed.
Hello.
He mad. Like,
listen, hello, COVID entry.
yeah, like these
Get all
people
of
don't
them
even
sitting
know
there
what
fast.
happened. You going and all. I'm getting all y'all.
Same thing.
They don't even know what happened. That's
sorry.
hate. And because he know, so you see, he can't do nothing to Yahuwah, the one who really body slammed him.
Exactly. So he gonna get his people.
So he gonna get his people.
Children. Yeah.
Azazel know he can't go for Yahuwah, so he gonna get his people.
But this is crazy because I can see just today in here.
Yeah, all up in there.
All up in here.
All up in there.
He gave orders. We had orders given to us because they was like, we can't get these niggas to stop having babies.
Yeah.
We can't give them a jab.
Yep.
Tell them to lock themselves in their house. They can't go nowhere.
Especially not don't talk to each other.
Don't talk to each other. None of that. Folks, we taking a jab, getting just dying all over the place, man. Just dying. Almost fell into the
Guess who never stayed in the house?
Me. Because I wasn't for it.
We still guarded the Shabbat.
Sure did.
We did.
And our neighbors never said nothing.
Nothing. They know that blessing.
Missed that blessing.
They sure do.
Verse 2. While this was going on, an invidious rumor was uttered abroad by men who had banded together to injure the Yahudic race. The purport of their charge was that the Yahudim kept them away from the ordinance of the Torah. What?
So they couldn't even get
that
into
don't even make no sense.
The temple.
They're saying they're keeping us from following Torah. So the Torah keepers are keeping you from following Torah?
Somebody played that game, telephone.
Yeah.
The king said whatever his little lie was, and it went down the line, and
that's what it came out
to be this.
Something didn't come out on the other end.
It don't make sense.
That's like when we saying we're Hebrew and you're saying we're anti-Shemite.
Yes.
Yeah, like no.
Somewhere you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Some you didn't read clearly.
You telling me 1 + 1 is 3 right
there,
sir? That ain't making sense.
Yeah, that just don't make no sense.
At all. Now, while the Yehudim always maintained a feeling of unswerving loyalty towards the kings, yet as they worshipped Elohim and observed his Torah, they made certain distinctions and avoided certain things. Hence, some persons held them in odium, although as they adorned their conversation with works of righteousness, they had established themselves in a good opinion of the world. So, even though people were saying all this crazy stuff about them, how they postured themselves and how they spoke, it's like, that don't match. You said 1 + 1 does not equal 3.
They like, something don't match up. Like, where the people y'all talking about? I ain't met them yet.
You can't pay me to believe that. I ain't buying what you selling, okay?
Verse 6. What all the rest of mankind said was, however, made of no account by the foreigners, who said much of the exclusiveness of the Yahudim with regard to their worship and meats. They alleged that they were refusing to associate with him or his troops. By this way of speaking, they brought much odium upon them.
What the heck is odium?
Girl, I'm about to check.
Is it reproach? Is it?
I was thinking
it's like
disdain.
That's
these people
else.
General or a widespread hatred or disgust directed towards someone as a result of their action.
2022.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome.
I mean,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
even the way, like when I was in the church system, and we would go visit sister churches. Some of our sister churches were Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you could tell that it was like they were jealous.
Oh yeah.
They were like, to the point of, I don't like you because you're not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even just the
because they can't do it.
Even just the opposite, people. You know what I'm saying? Not even just the Gentile folks. But some of our own.
Yeah.
So that we're doing wrong.
Be looking at you like,
yeah.
Oh, so who you think you are?
And all you did was come in, sit down, and clap.
Right. But you clap wrong. Okay?
You clap too loud. I got told I clapped too loud. I got told I was clapped too loud. That's you're clapping too loud, Michonne.
That don't make no sense.
I was told
she would have got clapped back, okay?
Child, is Sheila on here?
Yes, she is.
Child, me and Sheila was in the front row. We were sopranos. As soon as we get up here to music, we start clapping. It's like we didn't tell y'all to clap yet. When you heard from come on.
You better catch up.
We was moving. So remember we was already moving. As soon as the music started, we was moving.
You said, I ain't got time to wait.
I ain't went like this shit. Well, we ain't wait.
Oh, you wasn't in unison though. Okay, I thought you was in. So you was
me and Sheila was.
Wait a minute. So you were in the choir stand.
Yeah, we was ready to praise.
No.
I'm sorry if y'all ain't ready.
Wait. You gotta. It's leadership. You gotta wait when he.
Me and Sheila came ready.
I thought you gotta come ready in the crowd then.
Yeah, no. Me and Sheila came ready to worship.
What she said?
She said, "Tell them, girl."
They used to be on us. Me and Sheila used to be cracked, but it was something you can't stop. It's something that was just in us. We wasn't like trying to do it.
Got you.
We wasn't just like, okay, come on, let's do it.
You heard that organ go,
especially if we knew what something. We just start moving and clapping. I'm sorry if everybody else is dead. I can't.
She said everybody else
dead. Look,
I'm gonna call like I see it.
My auntie cousin said we didn't wait on them.
We sure didn't.
I'm cracking up.
And it wasn't even like we planned it. Me and Sheila just started moving and clapping.
Okay. I thought
you to praise him.
Oh,
come on. Look at that
and there. And it was just, some of them was dead. I'm sorry.
She is, don't be sorry.
I ain't no one.
The belly of the dry bones, okay?
Yeah.
There is a belly.
A verse, nor was this unexpected uproar and sudden conflux of people unobserved by the Greeks, the Yavanim, who lived in the city, concerning men who had never harmed them. Yet to aid them was not in their power, since all was oppression around. But they encouraged them in their troubles and expected a favorable turn of affairs. Encouraged them in their troubles and expected a favorable turn of affairs. So this is like we live in a predominantly Hebrew community. We got a couple of Gentiles sprinkled in. I'm just gonna say Gentiles because
yeah.
But and then they lower the boom. The government lowers the boom on this particular community. And the people there are like, they ain't never did nothing to us. What y'all doing?
Yeah.
And then they like, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. They encouraging them, y'all keep being who y'all are because y'all didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
We don't have the power to overturn what's happening to you. But
we got you.
Yeah, we got you. And we're hoping that this turns away from you because this is stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Because, I was lost a little bit.
Yeah. Body slams on people, they say they ain't on y'all side.
Right.
Yeah. Verse 10. Some of the neighbors, friends, and fellow dealers of the Yehudim even called them secretly to an interview, pledged them their assistance, and promised to do their very utmost for them. Okay, because so there were some folks that
Mhm.
they couldn't publicly show
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
would probably get them more in trouble.
Right.
So
So
they
they did
came
it in
behind the
secret.
scenes like, hey, you need anything for
Mhm.
family?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Listen, I ain't mad at that
Mhm.
strategy.
And those are the people who, when who was judging the nations, he said, "When I was hungry, you fed me.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
Because we are
When
the
I was
image.
naked, you clothed me." Because we did that. They was like, "When we do all that?"
Because they're thinking
He said,
physical
"You did
person.
it to my people. You
Mhm.
did it to me. You did it for me."
Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Verse 11. Now, the king, elated with his prosperous fortune, and not regarding the superior power of Elohim, but thinking to persevere in his present purpose, wrote the following sefer to the prejudice of the Yahudim.
Boy.
King Ptolemy Philopater, to the commanders and soldiers in Egypt and in all places, health and happiness.
Exclamation point.
Thank you.
He really
This
thinks
is
He
He's
just
feeling
winning.
himself.
Yeah.
Listen, brother
He's
man,
still full of
smelling.
himself.
He's smelling himself. Okay.
Yeah.
I am right well, and so too are my affairs.
Come on. Yeah.
Since our Asiatic campaign, the particulars of which you know, and which by the aid of the Elohim,
Small
Little
e,
e.
which means it's their God.
I-
not lightly given, and by our own vigor, has been brought to a successful issue according to our expectation.
Like he basically saying we got them where we want them.
Yeah. Because you're not considering our
Yeah.
Elohim.
Yeah.
We resolved, not with strength of spear, but with gentleness and compassion, as it were to nurse the inhabitants of Koel Aram and Phoenicia, and to be their willing benefactors.
Y'all, this is not changed.
It has not.
They
Has
still
not.
singing the
They
same
co
It has
up.
not.
They what do you co
course.
Yes,
Yes.
us or what is it when you sue them and you're trying to?
Yeah.
That's it.
You're like
Coax.
not coerce. Coerce
Coax.
means something
Yeah,
like
it's coax.
you did.
Like coax us, or I can't even.
You mean like put us at ease?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
This is the same thing, the same strategy they've been using in Maccabees.
Because
It's
they're
the same
acting
thing.
like pacify.
It's a whole pacify
We're
thing.
acting like we're doing something for them.
And
We
it's
gave
hidden.
them checks.
Absolutely.
We gave them welfare.
Absolutely. And it's hidden behind generosity.
Mm-hmm. But
And
it's
no one
not.
is checking the whole.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody going back for the receipts.
Yeah. No. We gave them Section 8.
That's it.
Behind the scenes,
stuff.
We gave them an apartment as long as
created-
the father wasn't in the home.
and behind the scenes, you created CPS to take our
Thank
kids
you.
and
Yes.
throw them into
We
human
gave them birth
trafficking.
Yes.
certificates so the state
Yes.
can be in their business.
But really, we're killing them.
Absolutely. We're trading them. As
Yeah.
long as they
It's
have a
funny.
social.
It's
Yeah.
been found out that all of the abortion clinics are in communities of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They got to come outside of their community to go into our community. To
But
go
most
in
of them are the ones getting them. That's why they did this whole Roe versus Wade. Don't fool yourself, boo.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's legal in some states and not in the other. I bet you it's legal in the states where
we are, yeah.
Where we are.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely. And it said to what do you say, right towards prejudice? Y'all,
Yes.
this stuff is
Yeah.
crazy how it still exists today.
Still
That's why
today.
prejudice is not going anywhere.
It's been here.
It's been here. Hello,
Yeah.
founding father.
Verse 16. So, having bestowed considerable sums of money upon the temples of the several cities, we proceeded even as far as Jerusalem, and went up to honor the temple of these wretched beings who never cease from their folly.
How we wretched though?
Then why are you there?
How we wretched because you couldn't go into because we
We begged you not to
we
go.
told you
Yes.
and read it to you why you cannot
Yeah.
go here.
Yeah.
And how we foolish.
You was the foolish one.
That's why you got body slammed.
How
That's
about
right.
we
Keep
told you
talking.
this ain't what you want?
We told you.
And we be telling people all the time.
Yep.
Like, listen,
Don't want no smoke here.
and I'm just saying, I'm not barbecuing, but I'm telling you, you don't
Yeah.
want none, okay?
You don't
Back
want
up. I ain't trying to fight you.
Yeah.
We tell you that.
Yep.
And you want hands and feet anyway.
And now you talking smack.
17. To outward appearance, they received us willingly, but belied that appearance by their deeds. When we were eager to enter the temple and to honor it with the most beautiful and exquisite gifts, they were so carried away by their old arrogance as to forbid us the entrance.
The nerve.
While we, out of our forbearance toward all men, refrained from exercising our power upon them.
That's a whole big old lie, dude.
I gotta remember that answer, because I'm like, why are you lying? Why?
Oh, he just made up his own little account,
and he believed it. That's what's kind of scary about a lie, when you believe it your own self. Like, bro, you the one was paralyzed for however long. You couldn't talk for her. How did you forget that? We just gonna bypass all of that and just blame it on people.
Yeah. You don't blame the people who tried to keep you out of it.
And your own people tell you, "Hey man, don't go in there."
They the ones picked you up and carried you away.
But here you are lying. But see the power of a white lie. Or nope, I ain't gonna say that, because brother man could have looked like you and me. But a power of a lie.
Thinking it's something insignificant. Verse 19. And thus exhibiting their enmity against us, they alone among the nations lift up their heads against kings and benefactors, as men unwilling to submit to anything reasonable. We then, having endeavored to make allowance for the madness of these persons, and on our victorious return, treating all people in Egypt courteously, acted in a manner which was befitting.
What?
First of all, when you got to Egypt, you couldn't even talk. You couldn't walk. You was paralyzed. So what manner was you couldn't do nothing else but be nice and lay there. You was asleep, probably like in a coma. Yeah.
That's how he was talking.
Oh my
you
goodness.
Couldn't do nothing.
He was put.
Unwilling to submit to anything reasonable. Sir, you're asking me to go against Torah, and now you taking our people and making them go with your, what is it? Go under
Talk
King. What is it? Alexander's whatever his name is, and receiving the mark of the ivy. Like what? And you're killing them if they didn't submit. We don't want to submit to your foolishness.
Look, that's what happened when you follow the father of lies.
That's it. We know who
he
your
can
daddy
show
is.
Make them up.
Boy, we know who your
Are
daddy
you
is.
forgetting some people were there? See, back then, everybody wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean,
you didn't travel that fast.
We didn't have this.
Try that today, and
no. Try lying today.
Because people had, if they had cell phones, people would have been able to record.
Like, no, this what happened.
Right.
I was there. Like, that ain't happened. That king lying. But you know what? Still, even if somebody said that, they'd be like, well, you know what? I believe the king.
That picture looked like maybe the wind was knocking them.
Right. You know, folks be making up excuses for who they want to believe and pledge.
Or you looking at it in the wrong context.
What you see is not what you see.
Oh, wow.
And what you hear ain't what you heard.
Yeah, that's not what you heard.
Then
it goes on to say the great rewriter of history.
Yeah, they probably said, what's the high priest's name that laid himself in front of the door? Shimeon just lay there trying to trip him up.
That's
trying to make him trip.
He flipped it. Yeah, he
flipped the hop.
He flipped it.
Okay.
Woo.
21.
He's still talking?
Accordingly, bearing no ill will against their kinsmen at Jerusalem, but rather remembering our connection with them and the numerous matters with sincere heart from a remote period entrusted to them, we wished a total alteration of their state. by bestowing upon them the rights of citizens of Alexandria, and to admit them to the everlasting rights of our solemnities.
Girls, we offered to make them one of us.
Absolutely.
If they forget the Torah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the only offer we got.
Absolutely. So no longer do you want me to look like my Father, which who is in heaven, but you want me to look like you.
And worship Bacchus.
Yes. And do the things.
And the girls dress up like boys and the boys dress up like girls.
And go
to the gymnasium.
That's right.
That's what you was offering.
Absolutely. Get molested all day long. You can't even fart right no more. You know. Just
I'm done with you.
It might not come out the way it's supposed to.
Girl, anybody gonna want one of the self-serve ice creams? We don't want that, okay? We don't want your alterations. And even today, we don't want your alteration. No. The jab is an alteration. We don't want none of that.
Listen.
Okay?
These people.
Let us live Torah in peace.
Verse 22, all this, however, they have taken in a very different ruach. With their innate malignity, they have spurned the fair offer.
They did what?
And constantly inclining to evil.
In other words, some of them ain't taking the deal.
Girl, I thought you said something else, so I'm not going to.
Would you?
Nope.
Okay.
Rights. Not only so, but by using speech and by refraining from speech, they abhor the few among them who are heartily disposed towards us, ever deeming
in somewhere in this third chapter where they were like, okay, we're not going to say what we need to say. They're being really wise. You know, they were only doing what they need to do.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what he's referring to, and he's twisting it up.
Yeah.
He's totally twisting it.
Totally twisting it up. But this is what happens when folks don't ask questions.
Yeah.
They just go with the flow.
With the flow. It's true. Whatever you see on the news, you believe.
Yes. And you know it don't make sense.
It don't make no sense.
Even when it don't make no sense.
But you don't even believe your own eyes.
Right.
Wow. 24. Having then received certain proofs that these Yahudim bear us every sort of ill will, we must look forward to the possibility of some sudden tumult among ourselves, when these impious men may turn traitors and barbarous enemies.
Ain't this what they do now? They tell you what's going to come.
Yep.
Because they know they finna start the trouble.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't think about you.
They sure not. James, I can't go back on that one.
What did he do?
Can't go back on that one. Go ahead.
26.
I can't bring clarity to that.
For by the punishment of them in one body we perceive.
Go ahead.
Verse 26. For by the punishment of them in one body we perceive that we have found the only means of establishing our affairs for the future on a firm and satisfactory basis. Whosoever shall shield a Yahudi, whether it be an old man, child, or suckling, shall with his whole house be tortured to death.
Not the babies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whosoever shall inform against the Yahudim, besides receiving the property of the person charged, shall be presented with 2,000 drachma from the royal treasury, shall be made free, and shall be crowned.
See, that's the boule.
Mm-hmm.
All I need you to do is help me with keep them in their place or telling them do whatever.
Yep, snitch.
You got the money. That's what
And
these rappers be doing.
And
Absolutely.
you get
help me destroy them. You get to be
and
free.
the person that you kill, you get all of
you
their
get
property.
their stuff.
Yep. And you get to be free, so which means you're a slave to somebody.
Which means they own you.
They own you.
And you not even tripping.
As long as you're getting paid.
As long as you're getting paid. That's most of these singers and rappers.
Absolutely. Entertainers. Absolutely.
Yep.
And you know what? The cool thing is, Yahuwah don't even call you a slave. He call you a friend. He let whatever his daddy tell him, he tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Enemy straight up call you a slave. Put you in bondage the moment you agree with him.
Mm-hmm. Sellouts.
Disappointed.
That's a shame. Some of us were sellouts.
Some of us, it won't never change. Somebody's always gonna do something for a little change.
For a little change.
29. Whatever place.
Look how much a drachma is. I'm sorry. I just want to see how much
Go
money
for
it
it.
is. Yeah.
Whatever place shall shelter a Yehudi shall, when he is hunted forth, be put under the ban of fire and be forever rendered useless to every living being for all time to come. Such was the purpose of the king's sefer.
So he wrote. So he said, "You're going to be hunted down. I'm gonna hunt you down.
And we still being hunted down.
Still being hunted down. I'm gonna find you."
So it said, a modern person might think 1 drachma as the rough equivalent of a skilled worker's daily pay in the place where they live, which could be as low as $1 US or as high as $100, depending on the country.
It ain't even that much money.
That's why I said a little change.
It's like $1. You selling somebody's life,
Yeah.
soul for $1.
In exchange for your eternity, because you're only thinking about right then and there. You're not thinking about how much you really.
And you ain't thinking about the billions they stole from us.
Nope.
What you gonna pay me with the money you stole from me?
And then the land. Do you really think they're gonna give you land, brother?
It's already yours, first of all.
But are they really gonna give you property?
No.
It's always strings attached with it.
Always.
You ain't gonna just straight up have land.
Always.
Do something out of pocket for them and watch.
They gonna tell you that
right
they
off the bottom of your feet.
It's true.
Hit you with taxes or something.
Yep.
That ain't even legal.
Right.
Taxes are not.
Hit you with the collected. What is it? Collection agency.
The collection agency. Which who you collecting from, boo?
Chapter 4.
Do I want to hear this? No, go ahead. I'm joking.
I know I'm feeling a certain type of way.
I'm
Y'all
feeling a certain
type of way?
I'm like, this means war. Look, y'all.
I'm feeling a certain type of way.
Look here. Don't make me call El Shaddai.
Oh, you call him. We call him anyway. Called him 10 minutes ago.
Oh,
10 minutes ago.
Yes, mentally, I sure did.
These people.
Chapter 4.
Okay.
Wherever this decree was deceived. Excuse me.
Okay.
Wherever this decree, because he's deceptive. I'm just sorry.
That's why you said it. I get it.
Wherever this decree was received, the people kept up a revelry of joy and shouting, as if their long pent up, hardened hatred were now to show itself open.
So they no longer had to hide it.
Yep. We can show we hate them. Was that the Trump administration?
Girl.
Or what?
Or listen.
Or what? And now it's out there.
Even with the KKK, you know how they was like
Nazis.
Yep. And now all of a sudden they're like, we can take this hood off.
Show you.
I hate y'all.
Yeah. And let you know, I hate you. That's why I'm going to continue to put you on a tree. That's why I'm going to continue to shoot at you 90 times and let 60 bullets hit a nice little 25-year-old, 26-year-old who unarmed. Telling you in your face, we hate you.
Yes.
That's hatred.
Yes.
25 years old, I want to say that young man was. He was
walking people's apartment and just shoot them. So what you thought you lived there.
And we hug you and stroke your head, the devil.
They got paid 2,000 drachma.
Tax.
Go hug her. We gonna pay you.
And stroke her head. Signs
of
endearment.
You hug? Oh, it's okay.
Talking about you was trying to find something there. Girl,
we forgive you.
We not going for that. Not this generation. And that's what they're scared of. That we're gonna rise up, wake up,
we
and continue to move forth in Torah.
And all that, but they know enough of us is woke to cause problems.
It's
we causing problems.
Absolutely.
We're causing problems.
And as we can see, he only y'all only need a little bit.
That's all
he don't need a million of us.
Don't need it.
He'll work with 200, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he might say that's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna go down with only 2 people in Joshua next Friday. I'm just saying, I ain't gonna
She's
give away the
funny.
story.
Yeah. You starting stuff, Michelle. We're in the book of Maccabees right now, young lady. Stay
I'm just
there.
saying.
Stay focused.
Yeah, like what you call it, stay there.
Okay, so it says 2.
Oh no, yeah, okay.
The Yehudim suffered great throes of sorrow and wept much, while their hearts, all things around being lamentable, were set on fire as they bewailed the sudden destruction which was decreed against them. At home or city,
What home?
excuse me, what home or city or place at all inhabited, or what streets were there, which their condition did not fill with wailing and lamentation.
So it's
Y'all,
everywhere.
This
They
is
was
such
crying
a
out.
trip, though.
Because remember, he went to the whole country, even though the problem he had was in Jerusalem.
But if you don't know, if you don't read these books, you'll think this kind of heart posture, evil intent will start in 1800s or something like that.
Yeah,
you
with
know,
slavery.
with slavery.
It's been here.
It's been here, and our forefathers has been experiencing this.
Mm-hmm.
It is a whole. It's tripping me out that nothing new is under the sun. We've been chased down and continue to be chased down, but he's gonna make us the hunter. And not that we're gonna hunt and just shoot. We ain't gonna do it like y'all do us. No. There's there for that.
Yes. Verse 4. They were sent out unanimously by the generals in the several cities with such stern and pitiless feeling that the exceptional nature of the infliction moved even some of their enemies.
Some of their enemies was like, y'all doing too much.
And thank y'all for that. Thank y'all, because some of them today would be like standing up, marching. You know what I'm saying? Even though marching don't do anything, but still.
Yeah. I remember at one point, I can't remember what it was. Somewhere I was reading something that had to do with history, but some of the other countries was like, United States, how are you going to tell us with your history?
Absolutely. How are you going to tell us how to treat our
treating
people?
Our people wrong?
And how you do the African Americans?
Well, what you
doing? You can't say nothing. Should keep your mouth shut, United States.
Stop talking.
Let's see. The exceptional nature of the infliction moved even some of their enemies. These, influenced by sentiments of common man and reflecting upon the uncertain issue of life, shed tears at this their miserable expulsion. A multitude of aged, gray-haired old men were driven along with halting, bending feet, urged onward by the impulse of violent, shameless force to quick speed.
They rounded them up, even old men like, hurry up, probably beating them and pushing them. And
wow, y'all, this is a trip to me.
Girls who had entered the bridal chamber quite lately to enjoy the partnership of marriage exchanged pleasure for misery, and with dust scattered upon their myrrh-anointed heads, were hurried along unveiled, and in the midst of outlandish insults, set up with one accord a lamentable cry in lieu of the marriage hymn. So instead of singing your marriage song,
you probably came and got your husband and you and just dragging you out.
Bound and exposed to public gaze, they were hurried violently on board ship.
What? What did you just say?
They put them in the ship. And remember they had did that before the first time they was fooling them or something got them to get on the ship and then killed them. Now they're forcing them on ships.
This is a trip.
Bound and exposed to public gaze.
Yes. So people can look over.
They was barely clothed.
Yeah. And people watching.
The men of these, in the prime of their youthful vigor, instead of crowns, wore halters round their necks. Instead of feasting and joyful jollity, spent the rest of their nuptial days in wailings, and so saw only Sheol at hand. They were dragged along by unyielding chains like wild beasts. Of these, some had their necks thrust into the benches of the rowers, others were enclosed in hard fetters. The planks of the deck above them barred out the light and shut out the day on every side, so that they might be treated like traitors during the whole voyage.
Yeah.
This is
Look.
this is
Whoa.
the slave trade.
I was just about to say, this is not
Yeah.
going into the slave trade.
It's starting the slave
It's starting
trade.
the slave trade.
That's why they don't want us to read this doggone book. They don't want us to read this doggone book.
Okay, yeah, I gotta give me a minute.
Listen,
I can't.
I did not know. I have no words. I have all the place. Look, and I'm wearing this shirt. All the places the Israelites will go, and we are simply reading.
It's right here.
About the transatlantic slave trade, y'all.
The whole irons, chains,
Absolutely,
no clothes, everything.
And y'all basically packed like sardines.
Yes.
Wow. This. Oh man. Treated like. Oh wow. I mean, we didn't need no clip because I mean.
I'm stopping right there because I'm just like
done.
We just read about the Atlantic slave trade.
In the scriptures.
In the scriptures.
Your ancestors.
Y'all.
Right there.
Just read that part one more time, okay?
They were dragged along by unyielding chains like wild beasts. Of these, some had their necks thrust into benches of the rowers, while the feet of others were enclosed in hard fetters. The planks of the deck above them barred out the light and shut out the day on every side, so that they might be treated like traitors during the whole voyage.
Listen, maybe you should just go to the next. Just read to at least 11.
They were conveyed accordingly in this vessel, and at the end of it arrived at Shadia. The king had ordered them to be cast into the vast hippodrome, which was built in front of the city. This place was well adapted by its situation to expose them to the gaze of all comers into the city and those who went from the city into the country. Thus they could hold no communication with his forces, nay, were deemed unworthy of any civilized accommodation. That's slavery right there.
I remember they used to use us for their entertainment.
Hippodrome,
that was like, yeah, that's that first
Coliseum.
Yeah,
it's like a Coliseum,
like with them gladiators.
Yes,
what they call gladiators when they fought to the death.
Yep, throwing us to wild beasts. Throwing us to be beaten up and killed by.
Said I'm trying to find out what country used to be called Sinead, whatever you said.
I think it's probably somewhere in Rome.
It's lower than it says. It's lower than a town, Lower Egypt, situated near Alexandria.
This was still
first stop.
I mean, because we
first
came down into
so okay.
And it says Greek and Roman.
So while it's the slave trade, but it's not the
one that we know.
The one
right.
like we know.
But it's the
beginning.
It's
still
like
the beginning.
Said. Yes.
So first let's just ship them here and make them fight and kill each other for our entertainment. But this is the
it's in Egypt, somewhere in Egypt. Let me see. Let me read what it says. It says how did you say it?
Shadia
was installed in its important river harbor, all goods coming from Upper Egypt had to be transferred on smaller vessels. Shadia seemed to have been a flourishing Greek-dominated polis throughout the Ptolemaic and Roman times. Ptolemy. So I know, like the people of him.
Potomac.
Yeah, thank you. And Roman times and synagogue. Shadia was one of the earliest Christianized towns of Egypt with an own bishop seat, irrespective to service between 1981 and sorry, irrespective to its importance, the site is still nearly unknown. Since 2003, following rescue excavations of the Egyptian antiquities, service between 1981 and 1992, the the, the institutes for classical archaeology of the universities of this German name, I can't even, Göttingen and Kolin, are conducting investigation of the site.
Whatever. You can conduct all investigations you want.
They know where these places are.
Y'all, yeah.
Wow.
They are beginning to scatter us.
Yeah.
But us, the ones that want to keep Torah.
Yep. It's the beginning of the
keeping the
Christianized.
boule with them. That's all right.
Yep, keeping those that want to save their lives, so they think. Well, with that being said, you all, we hope that you enjoyed something from story time. I know my mind all the way blown. Please leave your comments and things like that, because as you know, we learn from each other. And we'll see you on Monday at 6 p.m. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Linda, don't worry, we didn't cliff you.
We was just speechless.
Yeah. I have no more words.
None.
See? Okay. I mean,
push the button, girl. Push the button.
Right.
I'm through. Can't.